The Young and the Restless has always been a stage of complex and deep emotions, where each character has their own story full of drama and tragedy. Daniel and Heather, a couple who have been through a lot, once again face their painful past when Daniel cannot escape the guilt of Cassie's death. Even though the incident happened a long time ago, the wounds in Daniel's heart have not healed. He believes that Sharon still blames him for Cassie's death, and this is preventing him from living fully in the present. Heather, Daniel's partner who has always stood by him, feels heartbroken when she sees him blaming himself every day. She knows that this obsession is destroying Daniel from the inside. With patience and love, Heather begs Daniel to let go of the past and stop torturing himself, but Daniel's self-blame is too deep to let go easily. Meanwhile, Sharon, a mother who lost her child, is also struggling with the pain that cannot be erased. To protect Mariah, Sharon was forced to hide her suffering. When Mariah worriedly asked about her mother's health, Sharon lied that she had talked to the doctor and was taking medication. She even pretended to need to return to the hospital to reassure Mariah. But inside, Sharon was sinking into despair. Not only was she fighting painful memories, but she was also facing the threat of Cameron, who was always haunting and controlling her. Cameron constantly pressured Sharon, forcing her to face the emotions she had tried to suppress for so long. He knew that Sharon's family would never leave her alone, and this made him even angrier, wanting to control Sharon's life even more. The conversation between Sharon and Mariah was also an internal battle. Sharon wanted to protect her daughter from the suffering she was going through, but she knew that hiding the truth would hurt Mariah even more. When Sharon told Mariah to go ahead without her, it was a way to give her more time to deal with Cameron. But Mariah, out of love and concern for her mother, offered to go with Sharon, not wanting to leave her mother alone in such a state. Sharon tried to convince her daughter that she needed to change, even making up excuses as to why they needed to take 2 cars instead of 1. All just to keep Mariah away from Cameron and what was going on in her mind. When Mariah finally left, Cameron appeared from the shadows, clapping his hands sarcastically, as if he had just witnessed a good show. He threatened to make Sharon tell her family what she really thought of them, causing Sharon to panic even more. Sharon begged Cameron to leave, but he just laughed and said that she needed him to vent her anger, that only he understood and could help her through this pain. Cameron, with his obsession, has become part of the nightmares that Sharon endures every day. Nick, who has always loved and cared for Sharon, also feels helpless as he watches the woman he once loved fall deeper into crisis. He tells Phyllis about Sharon's condition, but Phyllis is not satisfied with Nick's answer. She asks a series of questions, demanding explanations that Nick cannot provide. Phyllis believes that Nick, despite his good intentions, is not the person who can help Sharon overcome this crisis. She emphasizes that Nick is not Sharon's doctor and is no longer her husband. This makes Nick feel extremely conflicted, between the love and responsibility of a father, a friend, and a man who once loved Sharon deeply. Elsewhere, Claire, a character with a mysterious past and the crimes she committed, is listening to Summer talk about her work related to Chloe. Claire is no longer the same person. Summer notices the change in her, and Summer, with her sincerity, admits that she used to treat Claire badly. But Claire does not blame, instead, she understands and sympathizes with Summer. This change in Claire is not the result of positive experiences, but rather learning from past mistakes. However, Claire still has to face the task that Jordan assigned her, to find out everything about the Newman family, including Summer. This is not just a simple task but a challenge for Claire, as she has to face people she is gradually developing feelings for. Lucy is facing the pressures of life. She is in a state of panic when she does not see Faith lying in the hospital bed. The fear that something bad has happened to Faith makes Lucy sob, blaming herself for sneaking out and causing the accident. Daniel and Heather, with unconditional love for their daughter, quickly rushed in to comfort her, trying to ease her pain. They understood that Lucy was in great pain, and blaming herself would only make the situation worse. Subscribe to Y&R for more updates.